Hello, my name is Richard. I'm your host here on NASCAR Race Weekend, and let's get into your 5 to 10 minute preview for this weekend's July 4th NASCAR return at Chicagoland Speedway. So to get started, real quick, we're going to look at the in-season tournament. As you can see, these are all the matchups and the colors that their driver name panels will be on their car. First matchup, we have Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric. Cindric's the favorite, but as we saw the last time we were here at Chicagoland, Alex Bowman in 2019 took home his very first win. Now we're in a different car, different things, everything has changed, but Alex Bowman was the last winner we had here, so I would not be surprised if we see this 32 seed continue to move along. Looking on elsewhere, we have Hocevar. He should be pretty heavily favored in that matchup that we can see there. Briscoe and Gibbs, definitely a highlight. Another big matchup we can see on the right side of your screen. Kyle Larson versus William Byron, two Hendrick teammates up against each other. Will definitely be interesting. Really excited to see how that one pans out because both those drivers will be running top 5, top 10 at the end of this race, and I'm excited to see how that's going to play out and which one of those two is going to take it home. Looking at the odds for this weekend's race, we have at the top of the board, to no one's surprise, Denny Hamlin currently leading at plus 320. In second, we have Kyle Larson, not too far behind him at plus 500. In third, we have Tyler Reddick at plus 550. Right behind him is going to be Christopher Bell at plus 850. Kind of surprising to see him, but not really much because he, with a broken wrist, still recovering from that injury from Michigan, he wheeled his way into a top 10, I'm pretty sure top 5 at Sonoma last week. Very impressive from that driver. Right behind him is then going to be Ryan Blaney at plus 1,000. Blaney really needs it. He is my pick to win the in-season tournament, so I hope he catches on fire. But I think that he needs to get that Ford team moving and fast if he wants to get in these last final 7 races before the chase kicks off. Speaking of the chase, looking now at the driver standings, you will see that there is a change at the top of the leaderboard. Denny Hamlin, having won 3 races in a row and having a decent run at San Diego and a top 10 at Sonoma, has now taken the lead of the point standings by 1 point. Something that if you would have told me 4 weeks into the season, I would have told you you're crazy because no way Tyler Reddick chokes that lead. But in 4 weeks, 121 points were gained by Denny Hamlin. Other than that, not too much movement. Ryan Blaney is kind of making himself a little bit of a cushion between him and that 4th and 5th place little battle that's happening there. As you see, Ty Gibbs moved up 1, knocked Kyle Larson down. Carson Hocevar moved up 1. Christopher Bell, once again, as I said, with that strong finish at Sonoma, he moved up 2 spots. And at the bottom of our little section here, you can see William Byron moved up a spot, getting into our top 12. If we look at the other side of the board, you'll see right there in 13th, Bubba Wallace fell down 2 spots. So he fell off. That front page is still a good gap above that cutoff line, but he is 13th. Then the talk of the town, 7 races before the chase, SVG. He currently has a decent buffer over the cutoff line. The question is, can he hold it with only oval tracks left? There's Daytona, there's Atlanta. Anything can happen. I think he was strong at Indianapolis this last year, but he finished like top 10. I think he finished 8th at Atlanta earlier. So there's definitely a possibility that could happen, but can he hold on for the chase? And even if he makes the chase 10 oval races, can he get it done? Definitely something to watch out for. Other than that, a close-knit battle. Ryan Preece, Austin Cindric, Eric Jones. Eric Jones had a rough Sonoma race and fell off 3 positions in the chase, falling outside of the cut line at the moment. Brad Kay and AJ Allmendinger moving up. Joey Logano falling back down. Joey Logano, in an even year, some may say it's impossible, is currently way outside, is currently 31 points outside of the cut line. It's almost crazy to think about the fact that in an even year, Mr. Even Year himself is currently that far back. And I want to give a shout out to, he's not on the graphic, but 1 point behind Logano, Michael McDowell. I think San Diego he didn't, and I don't know if he did at Sonoma, but Michael McDowell finished in the top 10 at every road course this year. Looking at the O'Reilly Series, though, we will have Cole Custer driving the number 0 car and Connor Zilic in the number 1 car. Be interesting. Zilic go down there and get a win. He has been ever so disappointingly struggling with that Trackhouse team, as most of Trackhouse has been. But another interesting name, the number 88 for JRM, Chase Elliott, will be driving in Chicagoland on July 4th when the O'Reilly race will take place. We also have Leland Honeyman in the 92, but I'm very excited. I don't know if Chase has started a O'Reilly race this year, but always interesting to see what those Hendrick drivers can do down in JRM equipment. Speaking of Chase Elliott, if we look at the odds for the O'Reilly Series race for this weekend, Justin Allgaier, to nobody's surprise, tops the odds at plus 300. That 7 car has been dominating. He has a 230-something point gap, last I remember, over the rest of the field. It is nuts. And then right behind him, and plus 400 in odds, Connor Zilic, making a return to the O'Reilly Series, as he does pretty often. So I think the battle between them will be fantastic. Not only those two, but plus 450, 2 different drivers of Brent Cruz and Chase Elliott mentioned before. So a really tight top 4 there. I think it's definitely going to come down to one of those 4. I mean, the odds say that, so it makes it a little bit obvious, but I don't think it's going to be close. I think one of those 4 definitely has it this weekend. And then to round out our top 5 in odds, we actually have 2 drivers tied at plus 1,200, Brandon Jones and Corey Day. Both drivers that have been strong this year in the O'Reilly Series, but I'm sad to say for them, but I think that one of those drivers in the top 4, Chase Elliott, Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilic, Brent Cruz, one of those guys is definitely taking it this weekend. Just too strong on these tracks. Now, on to my favorite part of the week. Here is my fantasy team. I will let you know, my fantasy team may not look like yours. I have a lot of drivers that I have 8 uses for, and we're getting close to the end of the season at this point. We're past the halfway point. This is the first race past the halfway point, so I've got to start making some uses up. But in my garage, I have Ross Chastain in the number 1 car. He's in my garage because I'm not too confident about him. Trackhouse is very top 10 car or car finishing 36th this year. So keep him there and see what happens. But if he's looking to have a top 10 car, maybe sub him in. In my 5 spot, I have Joey Logano. As mentioned earlier, with Ryan Blaney, same spot. Joey Logano's just been slow all year long, and there's nothing to say about it other than Fords have just been slow all year long. So I've got to get certain uses out of him, and I think maybe his experience at the track might help him here. We'll see what happens. In my 4th spot, I have Bubba Wallace in the 23 car, another driver that I have 8 uses on. Got to get some more of those. 2311 has awesome speed. Bubba Wallace has also been in the series for a while, and I'm just kind of curious to see what he can do here. He's been fast on ovals. He was fast at Michigan, so see what happens here. Then in my 3rd slot, I have Ty Gibbs in the number 54 car, another driver with 8 uses. He's been fast. He was fast at the Coke 600. I know it's not a D-oval layout here at Chicagoland, but I think JGR cars, Toyotas, have just been so fast this season. You got to have them in your fantasy list. And in my 2 slot, I have Chase Elliott driving the O'Reilly race this year. Not only that, but also just fast at these ovals. Nothing really much to say. 8 uses left on him. Might as well start getting him now. Now, before I tell my winner, in case you are filling out your fantasy team and you want some help and you're going, well, Richmond, I don't have so many drivers available at the moment that are superstars in this sport or rising stars in this sport. Who do I need to pick? I would recommend to you Zane Smith. I know Zane Smith tends to be everybody's filler driver and tends to be a driver that everybody loves to use, but Zane Smith is dead fast on ovals this year. He's been running amazing. If not him, Eric Jones, veteran driver. He's run here before. That's going to be something definitely to watch out for. And then I'm not going to refrain myself. Corey Heim. Corey Heim is not a full-time driver, so you can use him in pretty much all 10 of his starts he'll have this year, and he's going to run well. He's going to get you a top 15. Now, on to my win pick, though, to kind of nobody's surprise, a driver that has been fast on ovals all year, driver who's done it before on a hot streak and has just taken the points lead from a guy nobody thought would happen. Denny Hamlin is my pick to win at Chicagoland. Dead fast, won the last oval race we had before our little 2 road course rate break. Yeah, there's nothing to say. Denny Hamlin has just been fast all year long. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this week's video. Leave a comment down below. Who's your pick to win? And do you think I got my picks right? Let me know what you're thinking. Do you think the other guys on my fantasy team will do well? Other than that, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out other videos on the channel. See what you like. Have a nice weekend and happy July 4th.